Yeah, I mean, technically my stepmother's from New Jersey. Oh, hey, we're starting. Time for the knife round. Obi is shaking with excitement. All right, out through mid. Up cat. And into the fight. And again, Akimbo seem to really know their knife rounds. They've won both. They've won them so hard, they have to knife each other. Granted, I do think the T side is going to be a bit stronger here on Dust2 than it was on Nuke. But again, Akimbo will win the knife round. They'll choose the CT side to start, and we will get it going. Just a big old brawl towered long to start this one off. N2O going to take off 2 heads, looking for more, but look at the damage. Akimbo can fall back. They don't need to force the issue. Fang does take down Laxi, but the rotation is going to be called in. N2O looking for the ace here on the pistol round. 1 versus 5, but Carson will deny it. ZUI will clean up. Always exciting, the pistol rounds. Sometimes more exciting than others. That time, measured. Getting info now. Option to save or force. We're going to get a couple of upgraded pistols for them. Tech 9 for Fang, I see. A Deagle for Dia. P250 for Carson. And getting info. Looking to brawl out through mid this time around. Obi will spot a lot of aggression coming out, but getting info will make their way up cat all the same. But they've got a lot to deal with here on the A-bomb site. N2O with his 4 kills in hand. Gonna be like, I have a rifle. And what are you gonna do about that? Push is getting info back down cat, while taking down Carson as well. Ooh, they still want this. Shane knocked down by half as well. Getting info, kind of getting wrapped up here. Akimbo just trying to close up the net before getting info can break on out. ZY bags up 2 and a third as N2O with the finish. And Akimbo with a nice 2 rounds to start off the CT side. A nearly flawless 2 rounds. Only 2 players dying on the pistol round. Now is going to be getting info's chance to clap back. Rifles in hand. It is a full suite of AKs with a Galil for Dia. Ooh, Marky goes for the risky peek before the smoke pops long. Can't live to regret it. Nade gonna be put down to try and stop Carson, but well, we'll just do that. A little bit of spam. As a how do you do is Laxi joining in from CT. Does some damage, takes down the 1-for-1 trade. And a 4 versus 3 will ensue. We're pretty early into the round still. Oh, Carson loses his head by doors on B site. But getting info seemed to still want to force the issue onto the B-bomb site. Cameron waiting for the plant. Oh, he's going to take down the player window. The spray just barely hitting. And it's just a 1 versus 1 on site. Shane does win it in the end. And a 2 versus 1 now. N2O on low HP, but will still spot the head and rip it off. This will be the 3rd for getting info, or for Akimbo on their CT side. Definitely can't let too many of these rounds slip away from you. But I did say that on Nuke as well, and they turned it around, so... Who knows, really? Alright, Akimbo. Looking strong so far. Dia picking up the scout. Ooh. Ooh. Gets chunked down for his troubles. Chunked down, but not killed. Well, he will lose his life to that op of N2O as the smoke plumes up. Info, though, going to make their way up through mid and look for a pretty similar thing to what we've seen a little bit of already. The mid to B or the cat to B, or mid to B or cat to A. But they do have a significant amount of time left to work with to go for some of these picks. And N2O down on 33 HP, probably going to be one that they're going to be looking to pick off. That op has already become quite scarce. It's been moved over toward long. Don't want to leave it too close to the rifles, so getting info going to have a tough time locating it. We'll go for the mid to B, just like the last round. And with the bomb plant, with the weapons, it does feel like an opportune time to do it. Obi loses the battle versus Shane, so it's going to be Cameron to have to defend this. And it's a 1 versus 4 defense as Akimbo start the rotation, but he's already lost. Shane in through window, spots the back. And Carson holding the cross. This round suddenly gets a lot more difficult for Akimbo. 3 versus 4 and N2O on low HP. They will call up the early save, but not before they take down Carson. But this is something you really got to worry about, is the rotations on Dust2 can be really, really painful. And you lose those couple of players on site, and suddenly you're in a very early save round. So Akimbo will post their first round as the bomb explodes. We'll take a nice remote tour around the map as it's a save. There's not a whole lot else interesting to look at, so, you know, go for a tour. And the question is, what's the next play? The mid to B worked. But you can't keep running the same thing, or Akimbo are just going to leave more players. Ooh, but that will knock Laxi off the boost. That is perfect. And that nade onto ZY. This is already looking great from getting info. We're only 30 seconds into the round. They'll make their way on up towards CT, toward Cat. And Akimbo might be left in the dust here. There's only 2 players left toward the A bomb site, but one of them is N2O, who's dangerous on that scope. Good kill first on in, and oh, the bodies will fall. Carson and Marky now in a 2 versus 3 for getting info. Oh, Carson with a good kill, but will lose his life in the process. So it's just Marky now, trying to get across. Doesn't have the bomb to work with either. Just going to have to do the murders to make this one work out. We'll make it onto site all the same, but again, without the bomb, Akimbo don't really have much motivation to fight him. You can see they're pulling away as fast as possible, forcing him to stand in the fire and finish the job with the bullets. Akimbo going to start to amass some momentum, a good tailwind for themselves. No bomb plant means not a lot of money on the getting info side. Not a lot of ADR either. Not a lot of kills either. Marky actually going killless so far. Oh ho ho. And Dia losing the alt battle down mid. That one's going to feel quite bad. Oh. Well, sometimes the brawl out A works. Sometimes it doesn't. Definitely heard that one called a coin flip more than once. Fang doing battle with his op in mid. Feels like risky business, but look at them. They're just dancing around each other. The flashes will do a very good job of keeping these T's at bay, forcing them back. A lot of time left in the round still. Being Info going to use it to sneak their way up onto Cat. Might be the best play they can take here. There's only 2 players on A, but the rotations are already starting to filter on in. And Laxi doesn't even matter. Doesn't even need the rotations. It's Laxi for 3 to clean this round up. Put a bow on it. And Akimbo looking pretty sharp here on Dust2. Gotta give them credit where credit's due. They're keeping the bombs off the sites too. There have been 2 plants so far in the half, out of 6 rounds. It's gonna be pistol time once again. And what do pistols do? They fight long, I guess. Now the Flash is doing a good job of pushing Akimbo back, though. But you gotta like how they're playing it, right? They're not trying to force the issue versus the pistols. They know that 5 pistols is more than enough to overwhelm you. So they realize that they're getting rushed. They fall back. They force getting Info to come to them. Force them to use those rifles long range. Fang gonna be the first one dunked down here, and well, they've made it across, but now getting up a ramp is the hard part, and the smoke fades, so now the killing can really begin. N2O bringing out the pistol, and Cameron picking up 3 to give Akimbo their 6th round here in 7 rounds. Map 1, the score was 16-12. Getting Info won it in overtime, starting on the CT side of overtime. Yeah, I haven't input the score into the command. Normally I would, but I mean, it shows at the bottom of the screen and I can just say it. You know, it's one more thing to save myself from doing. If we were in a best of 3, I would bother to put that in. But I figure it's a best of 2, you know, not that hard for me to say what happened in the other game. And okay, the Ops having their day here. Dia with 1. Fang joining in. 3 versus 3. This is the best round. This is the best early round Getting Info have had. Fang trying to make his way on in through mid. His head has been spotted, but not soon enough. He takes Alexi's right off, but now Cameron waiting for the push, playing around the smoke, looking for more. Does get the headshot, but ooh, and will take down Shane. Yeah, gonna make it a 1 versus 1 as he removes ZY from the equation. Cameron trying to make this one unpredictable. Goes, I'm not going to be anywhere near the site. I'm going to see if I can find you rotating. But he's gone for a full tilt sprint. Gone for a nice jaunt around the map. And yeah, well, going to be more than happy to get that bomb down on the B-bomb site, but does want to be careful with it. 3.5 seconds to plant that. Wants to make sure that Cameron's not going to be approaching. With it down, Cameron now full information of which site to hit up here. Makes his way in through the double doors, starting to clear out those positions. Oh, but the timing does not favor him. Didn't check back site soon enough, so Dia going to be more than happy to take a second for Getting Info. Well, that might be the shot in the arm that getting info needed. Double op setup on the CT side for Akimbo. And it's Obi and N2O with the ops this time around. Smoke getting blown open, but oh, the op misses. And that's going to let getting info get a lot of ground. They'll be more than happy to grind up Akimbo. Laxi answers back for one, but needs a massive multi-kill after losing 2 friends already. And these AKs for getting info, they are approaching 2 versus 3 as Obi does take down Carson. But Cameron falls in mid. So Obi's going to have to do it all alone. He's got the op. Does make this one awkward and extremely awkward as Marky playing from car. Getting info, going to swarm at this site. And Zerg tactics prevail in the end. Sometimes the best strategy is just send more dudes. Now Akimbo going to be on the back foot. Looking at just pistols here. 3 rounds left in the half. And a 6-3 scoreline favoring Akimbo. More dudes, more better. Yeah, sometimes you just send more dudes and they run out of bullets. Okay, wait a minute. That works. Bang. With the headshot. Okay, wait a minute. The Deagle's just ripping heads one after another. What in the world? Akimbo are like, we may be on pistols, but you cannot relax. It's like Dark Souls, right? The moment you let your guard down versus an enemy that you think should be easy is the moment that you are going to be humbled, and these pistols doing just that. Carson caught with a nade in his hand, and oh my goodness. Okay. The rifles still plenty potent themselves, but now ZY has picked up an AK of his own. I'm going to try to make its way on over to the B-bomb site, but these players are all split up. And ZY will fall, so it's going to have to be on Obi to clean this one up. But they have to be happy with the amount of damage they've done. Getting info, don't have a whole lot of extra cash after this. And salvaging an AK for the next round for Akimbo would feel amazing. Obviously, they're not going to put themselves back in the driver's seat completely, but it's still going to feel quite good. Ooh, but he wants to go for it. No kit, but he wants to try and either take some more rifles away or actually go for the defuse, but this crossfire that they've got set up on the getting info side should deny any entry on into the site. Ooh, the sprays. Oh, it's Marky in the end with a kill with the Glock. That is the dinner bell rung. Getting info. Really looking at coming back on this one. A 6-6 scoreline on Dust2 after this start would be huge. We're going to get the brawl out long, and Dia waiting for the push on in. He's ready and waiting, and he scraps Laxi. That's going to hurt from the Akimbo side. Though getting info, not pushing over toward long. They send Fang out Cat, and ZY more than ready for that. Down to the 4 versus 4, and now Obi in position, and they've got the crossfire in here too. Shane, he gets taken down by Marky. It's just Dia left standing, and N2O puts the shot in a position. And we'll close out another round for Akimbo, and they're looking strong to make this an 8-4. But we saw that on Nuke. We saw that exact thing on Nuke, 8-4. It's actually 9-3, and getting info still brought it back. See if they've got the tenacity this time around. Again, it's something you would expect from the team that are currently leading the season. Disjointed buy to close out the half, though. handful of rifles and upgraded pistols. Sometimes I say the same things over and over again because they happen over and over again. Oof. And sometimes I say oof because you missed the shot on the op. And that is a big thing to be whiffing. Getting info, gonna get lots of space here up toward the A-bomb site, all the way up a ramp. They're looking for this 5th round instead. They're like, yeah, we saw what you did on Nuke. We don't want to let that happen again. And they're taking names one after another. These Akimbo players will fall. And Fang takes down ZUI to close this one out. What did I do? Why? What are you saying frick me for? What did I do? I did do nothing. Which team is leading the season? Getting info is leading the season. No, I'm not like that. Yeah, Getting Info is currently in 1st place on the season. Akimbo are 1 win above Bad News Capybaras to stay in playoffs. So there's so much for Getting Info. So much for Akimbo to win here. To stay in playoff contention. But at the same time, there's so much for Getting Info to do because continuing to extend that lead would be, you know, a good little thing to have as you go toward your Sunday. Ooh, okay. Well, N2O out of the pistol already, erased by Dia. Oh, and the flash working out perfectly. Fang showing why he was on complexity before and showing that he definitely still has it. That flash working so well for him. Just going to be up to Cameron now, but already been spotted by the player in CT, and it's going to be Dia to close it out here. Honestly, though, for how far apart these teams are, I do feel like Akimbo are playing this a lot closer than I was anticipating. And I'm very glad to see that from them. Ooh, it's kind of been on the back of these Deegs. They've been hitting some screamer shots. Laxi with 2. That's going to be M4s picked up by Akimbo. And suddenly, the opportunity to convert this anti-eco round just drops into their lap. Still, 1 Deeg left in the hands of Laxi, but he's the one that get these 2 openings for Akimbo. But the read is looking pretty good. Shane already in position to try to stop these players emerging from the long doors. That is where they want to push, and this MP9 definitely has the potency to get it done, but okay. Laxi's Deeg is just something else this round. 2 versus 3. Marky looking to peek on out, but the smoke will push him back. No, Laxi, don't use the MP9. Use the Deeg some more. Bomb going to be going down, and Akimbo might be taking this one right on back, but I maybe speak too soon. Laxi and his Deeg will fall into the grave. It's a kill from Carson, but can they hold on? The answer is no. Cameron and ZY will be enough to hold on to this site. ZY, the lone survivor. We've got a 2-round game on our hands. Getting Info's economy, that CT side economy, sent back down to the Shadow Realm. They're going to be back down on pistols, and Akimbo going to be the ones to break out the rifles. But there's always a danger in underestimating the pistols, especially here in North America. Fang in position and just, oh, it's disgusting. He picks up 2. You cannot discount the Deagles. You cannot discount the 5.7s. You can't even discount the P250s. Because the moment you look away, suddenly your team's gone. I'm still in the hands of Akimbo. And Getting Info have left the B bomb site open, but if they get this kill for Dia onto N2O, then things can really start to get dangerous here. I'm going to be planted on the B bomb site. N2O, oh, you can tell the site getting very awkward, very disjointed. Just popping up on Xbox. Like, hey, get on Xbox. Oh, he does, and he falls. Marky with the trade, though. 2 versus 2, and ZY on a fraction of an HP bar. Getting Info, going to make the way over to the B-bomb site. Looks like the top of ZY's head has already been spotted by Shane. So this one feels like a very dangerous... Oh, smoke plumes and Shane just bowled over. Marky able to get to 1, and it does... Well, it's gonna hurt to lose your whole team, but the round is the most important thing. So I do think that the Glock feels stronger in CS2 than it did in CSGO. I don't think it's a recent thing. I think it's just how the Glock has been in this iteration of Counter-Strike. But the pistols were always strong weapons. They were something that, you know, hey, remember when the CZ first came out? Remember when the R8 first came out? Pistols have always been strong. You know, remember Tech 9 week? Pistols have always been scary. And, once again, Akimbo gonna have to look out for said pistol. Shane, oh, he does anti-flash well, but not gonna be well enough to hold on to N2O. Down to 1 HP, still fragging out, though. I do not drink G Fuel. I drink coffee, and that is coffee and water. And occasionally Monster. Very, very occasionally, though. Like, extremely occasionally. I guess I drink tea sometimes, too, but usually that's when it's winter. Or when my throat is sore. Oh, I was a big fan of balls. Don't clip that. Someone asked about Balls Guarana, the energy drink. Look. 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 We're not going to talk about that anymore. Akimbo looking to brawl out long once again, but Dia. Ooh, playing around the smoke, does nab himself OB. Akimbo being very careful on this. They think there's still a player in pit, but nobody here but the fire. Do you decide to give up long? All right, you're done. They do decide to give up long, rotate back around. Smart decision, given getting info with 3 players, 1 toward mid and 2 toward the A bomb site, but They do have to be aware because Shane playing this close B position is something to be a little bit feared on the M4, and if they're not prepared, they're gonna fall for it. 1 for 2 is not going to be enough. The rotation already here for getting info. There's no one here to stop it. And Akimbo, they're falling one after another. And it's Marky to close out the round. All they needed was Shane to get that 2. Getting info, starting to bring this one back. 7 to 10, though. Akimbo obviously would love any sort of a win that they can get. They do have a bit of a disjointed buy. Handful of AKs, a couple of Tech 9s to work with. Trying to just pull, getting info around the map as best they can. The one little silver lining on this round is at the very least, they don't have to worry about Dia's op, because on a map like Dust2, that op is something to be feared and revered. It hasn't actually gotten to take it out very much on the CT side so far. It's been a very harrowing CT side, but the nade's doing a lot of damage to Akimbo here. Will force them back down Cat, or at the very least, if they dare to peek this, could be a lot of danger from it. Carson sneaking his way on up, but might not even be needed. Dia already picking off N2O. And as the players, they walk by, ooh, they do get only one. The best it could possibly be, but Fang popping up by boxes, and it's just one after another. Akimbo falling on their swords on Cat. And getting info will continue to punch back. They will not go alone into that night. Gentle into that good night. That's right. That's what they will not do. Totally didn't look up the name of the poem. Now it's going to be pistols for the Akimbo side. We've already seen what Laxey's Deagle can do in this very game. Something very dangerous for the getting info side. They can't fight this too close, and, well, they'll wipe that out pretty succinctly here. Not losing a single body. See if they can make it to evening things out at 10. It's surprising with the couple of really X-Factor rounds that Laxey has had. It's just on 78 ADR, 14 and 14. All right, still no op for Dia. Still holding on to that AK. I mean, he's been doing fairly well on it, so you may as well hold on to it until you need to take out, you know, your secret weapon. Not so secret, but hey. Although, this B site getting overwhelmed by Akimbo. They're going to get that bomb down as well, and N2O cutting off the cross here. This is really dangerous. If getting info lose that 11th round to Akimbo, it's going to be a huge back foot that they're stuck on. Four versus 3. This one feels like a save from the getting info side. They don't really need to. They've got plenty of money, but at the same time, you at least hold on to these weapons just so that you don't have to rebuy for one round at least. But, ooh, Dia going for the exits. Ooh, he might just catch something here. Marky joining in as well. That's N2O down. They've lost the op on the Akimbo side. Will be picked right back up, though. But still, losing those 2 bodies. The money for Akimbo, not great. They'll have a good crop of utility here. Oh, well, this is unexpected. We've got Shane pulling out the op for getting info. I mean, oh no. So, okay. Before Dia was on the team, I remember Dare was the opper when it was the, Snav, Shane, and Dare show. And I'm a little... I wasn't... I guess I didn't know Shane was an opper. It does get picked up by Dia. So... falling into the hands of the one that should more often have it, but losing that player early... because of spawn. Okay, that makes sense. If I had a co-caster who was also looking at the map, I could have that told, but it's hard to get all the facts by myself. Oh, getting info. They've kind of left the B-bomb side open, but Carson in the opportunity to cut the push off right at the head, and losing Cameron that early gonna feel pretty painful. And they line up Marky. Oh, look at the damage. Getting info, firing back here, and Dia, he's finally got his op, and he's getting to put it to use. 2 versus 2. Fang on a long rotation, though, so it is going to be Dia holding this one off on his own while he waits for the rotation. Dangerous rotation it can be. Fang already in a position, upper tons. Yes, Fang is on the team now. Fang is officially part of getting info, and look at, he's already proving his worth. Dia pulls out the pistol, the headshot ZY. Getting info. They're still in this. I've been singing up Akimbo's praises because I feel like they're doing very well against such a high-ranking opponent as getting info. And now just 1 round separating these 2 teams. Oh, we're getting the double op set up out of the CT side. This is the one map where that doesn't feel too weird to see double ops. We do have the scout for Obi as well. So scouts all around, or scopes all around, but one already broken to pieces. And yeah, Fang wants his flowers too. He's just like, where are the kills? I want the kills. Everyone on getting info is bloodthirsty. Everyone on both these teams has been pretty bloodthirsty these games. Really feels like there's... Oh, okay, nice headshot, but not going to be enough to close out this round. You love a scout headshot. It always feels good. And if I were in this game, I feel like the 11-11 is the time for the timeout. One of these teams should have taken a timeout there, but no one goes for it. Instead, Akimbo looking to make this a fast push onto the B-bomb site. Marky, he's hearing the op. He's got Carson close by for support and for that op as well. It feels like this B rush has been turned on its head for Akimbo as N2O loses his. So a little bit of a different move here for the Akimbo side to send everybody down through lower. But if Akimbo don't win this, they're really not going to have the money to go for overtime. This is a do or die situation. Gotta feel like the pressure is mounting. They work their way over toward Cat. Getting info, 5 versus 4. 3 players over toward the A bomb site. They're really taking a lot of space over toward long. So we might just see a retake situation. If Akimbo can at least get the bomb down, they might have something for the next round, but oh, if they can't even do that, then feels quite over, and they've already lost 1 on the mid to B. Shane already into position to stop them from getting anyone else over. They've lost Cameron as well. It's just going to be up to Obi, but no, it's just going to be up to Laxi. I didn't even see the 5 HP. Does find Dia's head, but that's all he's going to be finding as Fang finishes him off. 12 rounds for getting info. And no bomb plant means once again Akimbo going to be on this rough bye. Galil's a scout. Pretty minimal utility. A tech 9 for Cameron. Feel like Severus Snape. Meanwhile, in the other lanes. Maybe that's more... I don't know what voice I'm doing at this point. Well, fast push on over to B, though, and Obi does close down Marky, but Shane, ooh, he's blinded up, but he's escaped, and he's got support as well. Akimbo have been knocked over. 13-11 after losing in overtime on Nuke. This round will be closed out, getting info 2-0 on the evening.